the impact of Videomatica on Vancouver was certainly giving Vancouver a wonderful, rich education in film history.
I've been trying to think about how I'm going to adjust and what is going to replace the experience, and I haven't come up with an answer.
Videomatica began in 1983. The home video industry was just getting going, and I saw the possibility for something better because I was a film fan, and the stores were not interesting for the most part. So the goal was to start a store for film buffs.
We were both film students out at UBC, and he came to me and said, I can't find the movies that I want to see on, at that time, of course, it was VHS. And I said, well, are they available? And he said, yeah, I've sourced it out. They're available, but no video stores that were around then carry them. And so I said, well, somebody should do that.
I've been learning about film since I was a little kid, and I've been teaching various film courses and film history courses in Vancouver for 14 years, and I write film criticism and film essays. My education, for the most part, aside from reading and research and such, it comes from Videomatica. I've been a member since the mid-'80s, so I've been coming here for my own film education. And I think that was one of the great impacts on the citizens of Vancouver, the people that really wanted to search out something different than the latest Hollywood blockbuster, to really delve into film, not only for the entertainment of it, but certainly for life lessons that can be learned, a window to the world, if you will, but just a great film education.
The loss of this resource is easier for me to accept because I've had a while to accept the idea that the delivery needs to change and that we can move to something else, but it doesn't make it any easier. And it's particularly hard for me to impart to the public, who've been such great supporters all these years, that there won't be a gap without us. As much as we say there'll be some continuity and there will be something to carry on, I haven't completely convinced myself that that's true, but I really hope that the vacuum will be filled somehow and that there won't be a long void in which those who love cinema will be without a lot of the best films.
It just means that so much is not going to be available now. We've spent a lot of time putting together hard-to-find, obscure things and creating like a gigantic collection and resource for people. And I think people think that it's still going to be out there somewhere, but a lot of this stuff is going to disappear. So I think the closure just means that there's going to be less choice for people in the long run.
I mean, it was just, we brought in such great movies, such rare movies, something that you would never go out of your way to see, but now that we have it on our shelf, you pick it up, this looks good.
Well, first of all, the experience of coming here on a rainy Sunday afternoon or a Saturday evening and picking up a couple of movies for the weekend with a couple of friends or with my wife, that cannot be replaced, because part of the experience is the excitement of finding a movie that is a movie we didn't even know existed in the first place. Something that's maybe an indie film, something that's maybe a foreign film, and looking at the cover and getting, asking questions to Joe or BJ or Maxine about what they heard about that film. We can't do that anywhere else. So that's the loss of a great experience. And I haven't found yet the answer. I mean, I guess I'll probably look online to some extent. I already have, but there is nothing like what we can find here.
Well, part of that has to be a change in the culture, in the sense that we're in this culture of the digital age, and it makes it so convenient for people to hibernate at home and attempt to find what they want out in the world and bring it to them. And in this case, we're talking about movies or classic films or what have you. People need to get out of the house. That's part of being a society, a community, and exploring it. And that was so great about Videomatica, is you got out of the house and you actually looked around and you touched these DVDs and you looked at them and you read about them and you talked to people. So will anything like this come again? I kind of doubt it, unless there's a major change in the culture where people are needing to get back out.
It just always makes me sad to realize that it seems so many people now prefer convenience to selection, because while we don't have the selection of the internet, we definitely can't compete with that kind of convenience.
A lot of the popular stuff that used to only come out on DVD and you couldn't get it any other way. Now you can get that stuff in other ways, either online or through pay-per-view or downloading it illegally. But there are certainly films that will not be available because they just won't be put up online for whatever reason, whether it's a copyright issue or another reason, or nobody thinks it's worthwhile having up there. We would stock films that nobody else would stock. We would stock local filmmakers who made films that didn't get distribution and they put out a few copies on DVD. We would stock it. So I think there's going to be a narrowing of what is available out there. And also, there's also a way of, if you're searching for specific films, that's one thing. But if you don't know what you want to watch and you want to just browse, a video store is a perfect place to just wander around and browse, and that is kind of lost in the digital era. In a world of, if you like this, maybe you like this, which, you know, in many cases doesn't work worth a damn. So I think that's going to be lost. I think there's going to be a narrowing of what's available out there, even though there is this myth, I think, that people think everything is going to be online. Maybe some stuff will be online until somebody flips a switch and decides they don't want to put it online anymore.
I want to thank Videomatica for 23 years for me of experiencing something that was added something in my life. I was part of my life, like many other people, and a lot of them that I know. And so this experience will be lost, but it's a shift in society and trends.
I'll still be around, and I'll still be involved in our continuing our sales department, and with film festivals in Vancouver, and with as much as I can to do with film. It just isn't clearly defined yet. So we hope to see all the same people and all the same film people that I've got to know over the years in this really good community that we have in Vancouver. So I'll be part of that.
Thank you.